Hello everybody, Andy here again. Well, this is turning into a bit of a series of videos. I started off with a sort of accidental superstar idea, then talking about amateurs on the internet and in life generally, how this is giving us an opportunity. And then through comments and things like that, I sort of come up with another idea. Someone reminded me of something that I saw the other day, an interview with an author on the TV, on the BBC the other day. I only caught part of it, but what they were saying is about how does someone become a published author in these days where, although books are still popular, everything's changed the way that the whole media thing goes on now, you know. Is it harder nowadays to get a book published if you're a new up-and-coming author, or a brand new author, should we say, than it was before? Because it's the same with all medias. They latch on to something. We're talking about the sort of X Factor talent show type of things, or reality TV shows. A successful formula comes up, or an idea comes up, which is a bit different, and it develops into a formula. Everyone starts copying it. It's flavour of the month, and everybody wants a piece of that little pie, don't they? And they start producing books, they start producing TV programmes, films, music even, right, all those sort of different genres of entertainment. And that's all they want to know. The new, fresh, exciting ideas or something, they're sort of put on the back burner because they're a bit more dangerous, they're a bit more edgy, and maybe they don't want to put the money out there and risk maybe not getting their money back, even if it is a far more exciting project, should we say. And let's say this particular author was talking about this and how it's easy, how you can get published, and talking about how she felt that everybody has a book in them. Now, I've heard this expression before, how everybody has got that something in them. We've all got a story to tell in one way or another. Whether we've got the talent to actually write it down and make it legible and entertaining for anybody else, readable maybe for other people, it's a different matter. But we've all got that in us, and some people manage to get that onto paper. Sometimes it takes people years and years. Even sort of well-known authors, their first ever book can take them decades, even possibly, to get a book out there. That may be the exception rather than the rule, but that does happen. They've got something in there and it just takes a long time to get it out there. You might go through several drafts and things like this. But the point that this particular author was making is that you don't necessarily have to go down that route now of the big publishing houses, and we can think of all the people out there going through the traditional route of sending your scripts off to all these sort of publishers, editors and all that type of thing. You can actually do it on your own now. And the point about that is that although we may all have this book in us, and some of us are striving to get that book out there and maybe want to get it down on print, we don't necessarily want it to be published in the wider world. We might want to do it just as a personal thing. It's something, right, I've got this book inside of me, I want to get it out there, so there it is. I've got that product. I can show it to my friends, I can sell it to people if they're interested. I could maybe get it onto Amazon or something and sort of self-publish it if I wanted to. Not with any great hope of expecting it to get picked up by one of the big publishing houses or anything like that. If that sort of thing happens, that's great. But sometimes we're doing it for our own ends. We just need to get that sort of thing out there into the wider world. Something we say, well, that's me. I've done that. I've made this book. That's a big achievement, something. I've got it out there. Yeah, well done. You know, I've managed to do it, and we can probably all think of that. And it's the same here. You know, it's this crossing over once again. It's the same type of thing here. Talking about the amateurs and everybody getting plucked from obscurity, possibly on YouTube or reality TV series. The point I was making about in the first about the accidental superstar was not the fact that this lady had been picked up, this Susan Boyle had been picked up. Yes, she put herself onto a reality TV show, but one of the points I was trying to make is how this has gone viral across the world, not necessarily just in the UK, but it's taken off everywhere. But for a couple of people who made comments, very valid comments, I must say, and that's quite good conversations going on there as it happens, and some of the comments. But as getting back to what I was talking about, the idea that sometimes we just want to get something out there, not necessarily for great viewership, not necessarily trying to promote ourselves or get anything out there into the big wide world. We don't necessarily want to be picked up by anyone else or something like that. We're just doing it for our own personal ends, our own sort of thoughts, our own gratification maybe. We've got a vlog in us, you know, as everybody has a book inside them, maybe everyone's got a great song inside them, maybe everyone's got a great vlog inside them, a great video inside them, and this is giving us a chance to do it. And I'm going through possibly 400 odd different drafts of different vlogs until I get to the one that nails it, type of thing. And it's given us that chance. We don't necessarily come here, all of us, to go on to bigger and better things. Yes, if we do get plucked along there, sort of someone lifts us out and puts us to the side and puts us on the front page or promotes us or something like that, that might be good. That isn't good for everybody. Maybe not everybody wants that. Some of us, maybe, or some people just like to be back there on the sidelines, in the background, maybe just producing their little vlogs, their little videos, which they're proud of and which are great for them, but they just want to put them out just to show their friends, so look, there you are, that's what I've done, I'm proud of this. And if you're up there, you're doing it, as I said, it's a bit like the shop window effect, isn't it? A bit like the X Factor sort of thing. You're putting yourself into a shop window, you're possibly doing it here. Yes, I know someone else said, I quite agree, the chances of someone actually finding one of my videos or your videos amongst the hundreds and millions of other videos that are uploaded, especially nowadays, is pretty remote. But as I said before, it only takes one person to notice it. So just because you're on here doesn't mean you're actually promoting it. Yes, some people do come on here. Some people do come on here. They see it as possibly a career move or just an opportunity. And they think, well, I've got this talent. Maybe I can put it out there. Maybe I can try this. Like with the author type of thing. I might have this great video in here. This is the opportunity for me to actually try it. Let's put it out there and see if anybody does take notice. And we've seen that with other people. Some of these things take off, some of them don't. We can all think of examples of great bands, books, films, whatever, that we've seen that we think should gain far more recognition than they do. And for whatever reason, they don't. They pass us by. There's that certain amount of luck in there, I think, as well. So just another point of view on that. I've actually made another video a couple of months ago called Fear of Success, which ties in a bit with this, and I may well add that to this sort of stream of videos because it does tie in with that whole thing. You know, you come on here maybe not expecting success, maybe not looking for success. You're doing this little amateur thing. You're just putting your ideas out there because it gives you an avenue to do it, like publishing your own books or producing your own music nowadays and making your own MP3s and uploading them to MySpace or whatever it might be. The internet has given us that opportunity, but every so often someone does get picked up. But maybe we don't want that. Maybe we don't want the effects of that success. Imagine what it's like for some of these people. Susan Boyle now, you know, an ordinary person there. Okay, she put herself forward to a TV show, but her world has changed beyond recognition far more than she probably ever thought it would do. Even if she was going to be a success in Britain on that particular show, the way it's taken over across the world is a whole new dimension completely. Whether it'll blow over, I don't know. But say that sort of thing can happen. A very, very minute percentage of people that will happen to. But you never know. Now, if that does happen to you, are you prepared for that? Is that sort of fear of success in there? And as I said, I've done a video about that, which I may well pluck out, which I said was made a couple of months ago. I've been thinking about putting it out there for now. And here we are with a whole series of videos, and who knows, I've got a couple of other ideas for this, and I'm sure others have come up. So this may run and run, whether you like it or not. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for this particular video. You never know, I may well be back with a completely different one very, very shortly. So thanks for your time. I shall speak to you again soon. Goodbye.